Hello friends. Today I will explain how you can attract someone and make them like or can impress them just by talking 90 seconds. Here author is saying 90 seconds because research shows and even you know that nowadays our attention span has reduced very much. For example, magazine ads have only 2 seconds to grab your attention, and if you like that ad in those 2 seconds, then only you will give your time to that ad. If you don't find it attractive, you simply turn the page and move on. Similarly, people easily form their opinions about us just after few seconds of our conversation with them, hence it becomes necessary for us to form a good impression at start only, and to capture their attention at the same time. This can be really very useful for your personal and professional life. Most of the people fail to understand what they must talk when they meet someone for the first time, and this makes them nervous and they start behaving awkward, and as a result for which, what happens, they fail to form a good bond or relation with the opposite person, and many a times people don't even like them, and don't even feel like talking to them again, because of their first bad impression. Hence if you don't want such thing happening to you, or if you want to learn forming a strong connection with people, and want to impress people by talking, so in today's video, I will share how you can form emotional level connection with anyone, how we should talk with others, what we should talk. After understanding all these things, for sure you will become a professional communicator. So let's begin. In order to make these things possible, we first need to understand 3 parts. First part meeting, second part establishing a rapport, third part communicating, to meet any person and to start communicating with them. Between these 2 important steps of meeting and communication 90 seconds window appears. In those 90 seconds you can create rapport and can impress the opposite person, and can form emotional level connection. And what exactly rapport is I will explain later, so don't worry, these points are really very important. Hence I will explain each point in detail. So let's start with number 1, which is meeting. If you give your right impression within 3 or 4 seconds of meeting someone, so this will make you look trustworthy, sincere, and safe, which is really very important to create a rapport. So now I will share 5 small tips. By following it, within some seconds you can create right impression. Number 1, be open. It means to have an open attitude in body language, not closed. Example, if you are talking to someone by folding your hand or standing, sitting by taking less space, then all these examples are for closed body language. Whereas, if you keep your hands open, and keep a space between your legs, and take space while sitting or standing, these are open body language examples. Hence always try to form open body language while meeting someone. By doing this you will appear impressive. Remaining 4 points are also about open body language, so do follow them as well. Number 2, eye contact. I will make separate video on communication skills in which I will cover this topic, but for now, do remember that keeping an eye contact will show how much confident and attractive you are. Whereas, maintaining less eye contact shows that you are nervous, or you are lying, or you are uninterested, which is not at all good for most of the time. One more thing, it's not like you shouldn't look anywhere, and you just need to maintain an eye contact always. You must maintain eye contact, as per the situation. If needed you must maintain, if not then you shouldn't. If eye contact isn't required in particular situation still you do, then you can look weird, hence understand. Number 3, beam means a genuine smile. After doing an eye contact, what you must do is, we must give a smile to the person, before him, her. Doing this will reflect your positive attitude, and do remember you must give a genuine and friendly smile, not creepy or weird smile. Number 4, greeting. After smiling, you must start a conversation by greeting them, with good tone and with full of energy, by saying hi, hello, anything through which you want to start your conversation. And do remember the more nicely you introduce yourself, the more nicely opposite person will also introduce themselves. And one more things, this is the nice time to know more about the opposite person. Example, if you meet someone and say hello, then opposite person will also reply that much only by saying hello or hi, that's it, and will remain quiet, so this thing can make the situation more awkward and weird. But if you say, hello, my name is Sam and I am a YouTuber, so even you will get a big reply, like, I am Ava and I am an artist. I know this isn't the best example, but you must have understood. The more nicely you introduce yourself, the more big reply you will receive, with the help of which you can expand your conversation. Number 5, lean. While talking to someone, slightly lean forward, not much but little. This will show to the opposite person that you are interested in them and in their talk, and also comfortable and open with them. Try not to do this much while meeting the opposite sex, otherwise you can look needy and desperate, which doesn't look good. Now the second part comes establishing rapport. Amongst all 3 parts, this is the most important part, because here you can form mental and emotional level connection with people, because of which people will start liking you at some different level. You all must be aware that we humans are emotional creatures, who mostly take decisions through heart not through brain, and forming rapport will help us to create emotional connection by understanding others' feelings and emotions. So now I will share some points to form a strong rapport. Number 1. Attitude. Sometimes while talking to your close friends or family you realize that they are sad or angry. You ask them what happened, is everything okay? At that moment, they give a fake smile and says yes, everything is okay, I am fine, smiley face. To which you don't believe, and later you come to know that yes, you were thinking right about her emotion. Well, because of some reasons we come to know that they are lying. But have you ever though, what is that reason through which we come to know that something is wrong? So answer for this is because of their attitude, because our attitude directly impacts our mind and our mind is fully connected to our body. So what happens if your attitude is full of anger? No matter how nicely you try to talk, but people will understand your anger through facial expression, through your voice tone and through your body language, which will not allow you to build a rapport. Hence, instead of keeping negative attitude while talking to people, such as anger, bored, impatient, etc., try to keep positive attitude while talking to people, like be calm, relax, patient, confident, etc. Number 2. Art of synchronization. Suppose you like soccer, then your bonding will be more with those people who have same interest like you. If you like watching Game of Thrones, then you will love to spend time with Game of Thrones fans. You must have noticed that people with common interest easily gel up with each other, and become comfortable to each other easily and form connection. Why this happens? Because we love to spend time with those people who are like us, or have same interest like us, people who have similar thinking, have similar ideas about life. Not always, but most of the time, our bonding will be less with those people who are opposite to us. Hence, if we synchronize with others, or if we do things like them, this thing will really help us to form rapport. I will not talk about thoughts and ideas, it can differ, but I will talk about some practical things which can be similar to all, which we can easily sync and can form connection to the other person. In order to sync with others, we must focus on 3 V's. First, visual, second, vocal, and third is verbal. 55% of our communication is based on visual things, to be specific, depends on body language, 38% communication depends on our voice tone, and only 7% depends on your verbal communication. The very first thing we come to know here, the most important thing, is our body language. Body language, you can use a very simple technique, which is known as mirroring. Here you need to copy body language of the opposite person. If a person while talking is keeping one hand over the other, then you too calmly keep your hand over the other hand while talking. If they lean towards you to say something, you too lean towards them, and at whatever level you can copy their body language, do it. But do remember one thing, that they don't understand or realize that you are purposely doing that. Example. Suppose the person is touching her shoulder, then you don't need to do that. If you do that, then the opposite person will understand that something is not right, and rapport will not form. Now let's talk about the second V, which is vocal communication. Your 38% communication depends the way you talk, hence it is very much important to sync this as well. The very first thing you can do to sync vocal is the tone of voice of the opposite person. If opposite person is asking you something in an exciting tone, then you too reply in an exciting tone. Example. Suppose your friend comes and asks you, hey, how are you? Excitingly, then you too reply excitingly, Al, good brother. And if he says something in an emotional tone, then you too reply him in an emotional tone, and similarly you can sync the other voice tone. And in this, the other thing you can sync is volume and speed. If opposite person says something loudly, then you too speak little loudly, and if they speak slowly you too speak slowly, and same way you can sync the rhythm and pitch. Now the last V comes as vocals, the words and conversation which opposite person is saying and using. This topic is not so important, so we'll talk about it later. Number 3. Congruity. We are watching any movie or a series and we knew deep inside our heart that whatever is going on is fake, but still when any of our favorite character dies or anything bad happens to them, we feel bad, we feel angry, and few even cry, even after knowing the fact that it was fake, it wasn't real. We believe all the things which we see in that movie or series, and get emotionally connected with it. Why this happen? This is something we need to think about. Well, the reason for this is congruity. Well-performed actors always focus on 3 V's of communication while performing or while acting, meaning their body language, visual, vocal and verbal, are congruent to each other, hence we find their performance real and we believe it. Similarly, if you want people to believe you and to form emotional connection with you, then try to be congruent, meaning it shouldn't happen like through your body language you are looking nervous, and only your voice tone is confident. Instead you must look confident in all 3 V's in your body language, in your voice and even your words. Here I have explained 2 parts: meeting and rapport, and third part is communicate. In third part I will explain how to communicate with people and what to talk. Most of the people don't understand what they must talk when they meet someone for the first time. What they must talk to make their conversation interesting so that people love their company. However, this is an important and big topic, so I will explain it in the next video. Whatever I have explained in this video, do implement it in real life. Just by watching video at home, nothing will going to happen. Nowadays we spend so much time with our cell phones that we are forgetting the importance of doing face-to-face conversation. Hence try to use your phone less and gel up with people in real life. Now to end, I have shared this knowledge from the book How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds by Nicholas. If you want to improve your communication skills and want to become an impressive person, then do buy this book. It will be very helpful for you. I have shared the link in comment and description. If you like to improve yourself just by reading books, then do subscribe to satzine.com.